Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Psychic Bella Love, and you can always book your own personal private readings with me on my website, psychicbellalove.com. And for the month of July, all of the prices on the website have been reduced. No coupon code needed. And all my information will be linked in the description box below. So also, if you hear any noise, it's my AC. It's 110 degrees here. So it's going to be probably on the entire time I'm recording. But I cannot turn it off because then it will very quickly end up being like 95 in my house and take all day to cool back down again. So we're going to be taking a look at Kylie Jenner and Miss Jordyn Woods. We're seeing out to dinner this weekend together, so let's see what that's about and if we are going to see them completely come back together again. What do we need to know about Kylie Jenner and Jordyn Woods? Thank you. And I'm trying to sit in the coolest corner of my house, so that's why it's like weird shadows and not the best backgrounds, but we gotta do what we gotta do. So let's see. And I will be live on Dario De Niro's channel still sometime this week. I will post about it on my Instagram stories. My Instagram will be linked in the description box below, as well as a community post with the links. We just have to check the weather because when it gets because it stays, once it gets to 110 degrees, it will stay that way until 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. Like, it takes a really long time to cool down. And then everybody's coming home and blasting their ACs. So we've been getting some little, mini blackouts and rolling blackouts or whatever you want to call them. And then we're supposed to also have some lightning and thunderstorms. So we got the little warning from the utility company robocall saying that we might have power outages. So that's why I wasn't able to go live last weekend. Hopefully we can do live sometime this week. So that's kind of what we're trying to figure out between his schedule, and then of course, will we be able to stay online the entire time? Because the last thing I want to do is get online and then have all the power shut off or get kicked off, because that's annoying and it's no fun for the people that are watching either. So bear with us. I have no control over that. I was like, yeah, the coldest, wettest winter. Why are we having 2 weeks straight heat waves like this? Shouldn't it have cooled things down? So the first thing that's coming up, and my apologies and my heart goes out to you if you are also dealing with this, because I know that the heat waves have been going all around the country and it is no freaking fun. So make sure that you try to stay hydrated as possible and don't overexert yourself, because I know for me, oh my God, if I have to go even take the trash out when it's this hot, I feel like I ran a marathon when I come back inside. And then I start feeling dizzy because I went from hot air to cold air. So, take those things into account, guys, for your safety right now. So the first thing that's coming up in this is a calculated thing, because obviously we've seen that the Kardashian relevance has really gone down. The whole Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner dating, PR stunt stuff really didn't do a whole lot to get her the amount of attention that they want, or even views, on this last season of this show that's currently airing. And so Spirit is saying, obviously we know how this family works. They will create and capitalize off of drama in order to try to sell us things. And so what, is kind of more like, oh my God, like everybody's going to talk about this, than Kylie and Jordyn being seen out to dinner with each other. So this is very, calculated move on Kylie's part. I do get that her and Jordyn have been working on things behind the scenes for not as long as everybody thinks. Because I know that there was like rumors from people that like, oh, Kylie and Jordyn never really stopped being friends when, the whole trash can drama went down. And that they were just keeping it on the low because obviously, like, all the drama and stuff that came about from it. Spirit saying that wasn't the case. It was more so, if they've been talking back and forth for probably like, I want to say 10 months, a year. But it didn't get to even the point of like, do you want to hang out or anything like that until very recently. So it's talking about them coming back into communication around the time that Kylie's baby was born. So he's like a year and a half. So sometime after he was born is the timeline that's coming up, the child coming up. And they did have a lot to talk about, and it does feel like Kylie did have to give Jordyn several apologies. This is the thing. If Jordyn gets too caught up in this and thinks that her and Kylie are going to go back to being like the absolute best friends that they used to be, she's going to end up getting thrown under the bus by them again, or backstabbed or hurt in one way or another. So she needs to be really careful with this, because she's coming up as the Queen of Cups, where even though she's grown and matured, she's still, because Kylie was basically in Jordyn's mind like a sister to her, like her own family. And so that, whole situation and everything, well, she took a lot of undue burden for what happened, because I will forever stand by. Trash can kissed her without her consent. That would be considered assault in any other case. If that had been one of Kylie's little white friends, like Stassi or whatever the hell her name is, they would have been chasing Tristan down the freaking freeway like OJ. But because it was Jordyn, it was, oh, she's a homewrecker. She did this on purpose. It was all her. Tristan just can't help himself. And she's the one that, got thrown under the bus so badly. And so Spirit's talking about Kris Jenner showing up as the emperor in this situation. Of realizing, hey, that was something that, like, it's almost like Kris Jenner's looking at, where did things start to go downhill for us? And with that, it was like, oh, like, we took a lot of hits from people for what happened with Jordyn. So I'm going to encourage Kylie, now that we have some stuff to lose, to go and make that situation right. Because it's like, Kylie, of course, really missed Jordyn. Like, out of the two of them, Spirit saying Kylie missed Jordyn even more than Jordyn missed Kylie. Like, Jordyn was really hurt and she felt like everybody took everybody else's side against her. But what Spirit's saying is there was also a sense of relief for her. Like, I don't have to be in Kylie's shadow anymore. I don't have to feel like I have to answer to her. I don't have to be so worried and concerned about that family and them trying to constantly control things. And so it wasn't really until much later, Spirit saying that, like, Jordyn even did come around to missing Kylie. And I feel like some of the Jordyn missing Kylie stuff is honestly more fueled by the kids because she was around Stormy and was like a, you know, aunt to her. And I feel like she had a real bond with her. And so that's like, she misses out on like not being there to go to preschool graduations, birthday parties, stuff like that. But it's more so the kids that she's missing out on having that experience with. And just wanting to be okay with them too, because we know the Kardashians are kind of gatekeepers in Hollywood. Not so much anymore, and they won't have that credit soon. But to an extent, they have been able to blackball people or mess with people's careers. And so I also feel Jordyn being concerned and worried about that. And so it's like, well, if I'm on their good side, maybe they won't like be so quick to try to stop opportunities from happening for me either. But Kris Jenner's definitely the one that pushed Kylie to just go ahead and make amends and try to rebuild the friendship, because it feels like Kylie was too scared to really initiate a whole lot of that. So there's definitely this whole money motivation behind it. Kylie's coming in this underlying energy of the Queen of Swords with the Moon card and the Two of Wands. So it's like there's hidden motives, hidden agendas, and it's related to work opportunities, as in, you know, they need to stay relevant. They need to stay famous. They need people talking about them, so there's an interest, so that people are watching the show and buying their products. Excuse me. Now, here's Jordyn, you know, where she's coming in as the Queen of Cups. Heart more open to things, but she needs to be careful, because with the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Cups, it's talking about lies, not knowing the full truth, and the opportunity to be hurt all over again by the same people. So she needs to be really careful, especially because this might include her relationship. I hate to say it, but because we've got the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Wands showing up around it, it's talking about interference with her relationship. Could be the thing that ends up breaking her heart when it comes to them. It could be, oh, Kylie's other friends, you know, went after him. I wouldn't be surprised if Kendall didn't, you know, and we know how they are. They don't play fair, and they don't have their... They love them a man that's already taken, so she needs to be very careful. Do not bring your boyfriend around them. All right. Let's see. What is going to happen between the two of them? Thank you. Okay, so as much as, you know, Chloe has said over the years, like, oh, you know, when people have brought things up to her about, like, well, how could you forgive Trash Can and, you know, toss out Jordyn, and her thing was always, well, I still have to deal with him because he's the father of my kids. But I forgive her too, you know, trying to make it seem like everybody was equally forgiven and things are fine or whatever. What's coming up is her being extremely worried about Jordyn being back around. So I don't feel Chloe being super happy about this reunion taking place between Kylie and Jordyn. Chloe very wrongly so, let's be honest here, really does think and blames Jordyn in her head, whether she says that publicly or not, because, you know, she knows that she'll get ripped to shreds if she says how she really feels. But she really does think, like, oh, me and Tristan were going to end up getting married and everything was going to be perfect until this girl came along, and now, you know, she wrecked my home, and ever since then there's been problems. And Spirit saying with Chloe's mindset, it's almost like she forgets about all the other girls trash can cheated on her with before Jordyn came along, and that she only just focuses on, oh, well, Jordyn was the start of it, and then look at everything that's happened since. So she's going to try to manipulate the situation from behind the scenes and not let Jordyn back around too much, especially because she can say whatever the hell she wants. She's still dealing with trash can. They just know that if Chloe pops up with him again, everybody's going to laugh at her some more. So she would rather pretend like things are over for good between the two of them and sneak around with him. And, you know, don't be surprised if we don't see them pop out again, because they've been trying to do all types of, you know, PR type things to, I don't know what you would call it, rehab Trash Can's image. So it's coming. But in the meantime, you know, Chloe, especially because it's like we're trying so hard to fix Trash Can so that we can have this lovely little relationship that I've always wanted to with him and never given up on, and that we can be a family. And she is fucking terrified that he's gonna go and try to make out with Jordyn all over again. Which, do you think Jordyn would ever touch Trash Can with a 10-foot pole after all the hell that she went through for what happened? No. And she's extremely happy in the relationship that she's in. This is Cloger's insecurities, of course. So I do feel her trying to manipulate another fight between Kylie and Jordyn to get Jordyn out of the picture. When that doesn't work, because there is spirits talking about magic being involved, because there always is with these people, hidden forces trying to stop somebody else's luck, trying to influence things. Chloe's gonna go take it to the altar, which, girl, get the hell away from that altar. You and Azalea Banks should never fucking light another candle again, because your spells don't work. And they only seem to backfire on the both of you. Like, you guys are not the best witches. Knock it the fuck off. But as I said, you know, I do feel like there is still going to be something that happens. Once again, it's talking about Jordyn's relationship, trying to interfere with it, trying to mess with it, and her being very hurt. I don't feel her boyfriend participating. I really do think that it's though, like, oh, like, you know, she found out that the family was encouraging somebody, you know, that's close to them to try to mess with her boyfriends or start rumors about him or sell stories about them. And that's what makes her have to distance herself from them all over again, because it's like, damn, like, last time at least I could feel like maybe I deserved what you were doing to me. This time around, like, what the actual F? Like, everything was supposed to be cool. So, again, she needs to be very, very careful in having any sort of relationship with them. This little reuniting thing will last for about 1.5 years. And then it'll, you know, turn into some kind of drama, and then that's the end of them again. And really, Spirit saying the universe is telling her, like, girl, these people are not for you. You should have learned your lesson the last time around and just stayed the hell away from them. Because people who really care about you, would have handled things privately, would have given you more grace. Maybe they would have been disappointed, but they wouldn't have like gone on like a public bullying, smearing campaign against you. They would have just said, hey, we all obviously can't be friends anymore, and moved on quietly and with respect. So, oh, Jordyn. But anyways, guys. Oh, and then let's just ask real quick since I'm on here, because I know it's not going to be like some big ass answer anyways. If Kim and Tom Brady are going to end up together or not. Because it seems like, regardless of whatever Tom Brady's camp keeps coming out and saying, Kim's camp keeps coming out and saying, no, but they were together. No, but they were talking at the 4th of July party. No, but this did happen. So, these two. Oh boy. Okay, so underlying energy, we've got the Knight of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. He is not in a place where he wants to have any type of a relationship with anybody right now. He wants to go be the single divorced guy and like hook up with a bunch of chicks. And then when he does come out with somebody, he's going to look for somebody that's way less, you know, oh, look at me, than a Kim Kardashian. Because this is the thing, a lot of guys, when they're used to being the star in general anyways, and the more high maintenance man in the relationship, like, it just becomes two egos clashing. But in Tom's case, it really feels like also, like, you know, he doesn't mind being out everywhere and being seen right now, but he'll get tired of it. So he's going to want to, you know, let me go live on an island somewhere, hang out with my kids, and, you know, be with somebody who's super low key, because I ultimately, you know, get tired of the spotlight, and I like to pick and choose when I'm out and when I'm seen and who's in my business. And there is no guaranteeing any of that with a Kardashian. You know, they'll sell stories about everybody to TMZ and Page Six, and Kim always wants to go everywhere that the cameras are going to be, because she wants to stay, you know, being talked about and being seen everywhere. So this is what's funny, is he actually truly sees her and her family as the straight up devil. Like Spirit was saying, and take this card extremely literally, because this is how he views them. He knows that if he was to walk down that path, that he would play himself for a fool and look like a fool, and that's not something that he wants to do. There was an offer and communication with the Ace of Swords and the Four of Coins to have, you know, one of those PR relationships, even if it's really, oh, we only ever saw them out to lunch a couple times, and then it died away kind of a thing. However, he ran like hell away from that proposition, and Spirit saying he got mad at the people on his team for even mentioning it to him. Like, why would you even consider that? Why would you think that's something I would do? Not with her, of all people, but come on. So it is not happening whatsoever. And Kim is really stuck. She's trying to figure out who the hell can we pay, because nobody's agreeing to this. Like, it keeps talking about offers being made and nobody is agreeing to this, because she's so desperate and thinks that she has to be seen with somebody, or make it seem at least like certain men are interested in her, in order to still be seen as desirable, because that's what she wants. And nobody's willing to play these little games with her, and it's really getting desperado. So Anyways, guys, I am gonna go. Stay tuned. I will have more videos uploaded. I'm recording a bunch right now. So if I didn't get to some trending topic, I will. Keep in mind, I do not accept requests for any types of videos on YouTube, but you can always join the Patreon. That is linked below. That is the only place that I do take requests of the appropriate tier. And if you wanted to book your own personal and private reading, follow me on Instagram, any of that stuff, it will all be linked in the description box below.